Welcome to another day of Ether Raids, another week rather. This time it's Chaos Season, and we're starting with Tefari. There we go, Tefari. And we're going to be using, this is some type of hybrid hit and run Gale Force type thing. Basically, this team is set up to kill stuff, much like any other team. But primarily here, I'm looking to get the most out of this Leone here that I've built, and I just don't get to use her very often, so I'm just going to try to have some fun with the Leone since it's Chaos Season. No reason to not do that. And yeah, this is the build here. She does very well with what's his face, Winter Claw's weapon. She does very well. That was her biggest problem, just trying to get Deadeye off on her was such a pain because calves don't have a way to bypass tempo or to get tempo, or even just sometimes she would just die before she was able to get the Deadeye off. So this helps quite a bit. She'll at least get it off in the first combat against most units, and with the whatever that A skill is that I gave her, that damage reduction one, that'll allow her to live at least a little bit every now and then, so that she can get a follow-up attack off as well, to do some extra damage. But I wasn't sure, like, in terms of C skills, what to run on her. Could have went for a feud, or maybe that new inside skill, but I wasn't looking to fire that off to everyone just yet since I don't have many copies of it. But yeah, here's the Deadeye. And you just love to see that. That is fantastic. The only thing she's missing here is Kanto, but I don't know how to fit that into her build. I'd have to drop the lull, and I really do like the lull. Or maybe there's a C skill that will come out that will give her a Kanto. But the Panic Smoke 4 isn't bad, especially if we're able to get the maximum benefit out of it in terms of the debuffs and everything. But yeah, pretty fun unit to use, and I'm glad that I was able to pick her up, or at least build her. She is going to be available in Binding Worlds whenever that comes back around. But for now, we're just going to be looking to take out the Lysithia and the Marbles, who are the only units that are going to be threatening on this map. Once we can get that taken care of, we'll just get the pots. Easy match to start off the week with. No complaints here. Big shout outs to the what was it to say? I completely forgot. New subscribers. Yeah. Hello, welcome. We do Ether Raids here. A lot of it. I used to do it like every day. I used to post the videos like daily, but then I was like, yeah, this is way too much work, having to do it every day. So now I just put them out on the weekends, so that everyone can get a chance to just see what's going on throughout the week. So a lot of the content is a little bit backdated until we get to about maybe Sunday. Sunday should be pretty current. But yeah, shout outs to new subscribers. Hello, welcome. And hopefully you are enjoying the content. Also wanted to take a moment to say, man, they really underreported how bad that, but then again, you get news as you get it, but that earthquake in Japan was really, really big in terms of like damage and stuff. So thoughts and prayers go out to them. They are definitely hurting about that one. But yeah, transitioning into probably something a little bit more positive. I finally finished the Self build that I was considering and talking about, but I'm a little bit disappointed. I didn't realize that Self doesn't have special acceleration in his weapon or anywhere on his kit, which is really what makes it not as good. So basically what I did, I just foddered no quarter to Self, but it's very weak to guard, which I didn't realize. And that's one of the things that makes him a lot different from Brave Calm, aside from the bonuses and stuff that Brave Calm gets. But I didn't realize that that's actually a really major difference. I mean, you can get special acceleration from stuff like starter turn effects from like what's that one dragon? Nah? And you can get it from Hinoka as well. But I really thought that he had it in his kit, which would have been much better instead of having to outsource it. So basically what it means is that he's not able to consistently get off the no quarter special, which means I would have been better off just running Luna and then getting well, then if the special isn't triggering, then it doesn't matter. I probably would have been better off getting like well, he can't run Miracle. I don't know, I don't think he can run double Miracle, but something else, and then just getting the damage reduction halving from Legendary Camilla, I think is ultimately what I'm probably gonna do, or what I should have done. But since I've already given him the fodder, then I mean it's out the window now. There's no going back. Yeah, I wish I had realized that before I did it. But yeah, man, that's it for this one. Quick match for the first one. GG's. All right, we're gonna jump straight into the next match for the day. We're gonna use the same team, and yeah, just to wrap up some of my thoughts again on that solo. Yeah, man, I probably would have considered giving it to the no quarter skill. I probably should have considered giving it. Well, I was considering giving it to Brave Prom as well as Brave Erica, but because both of them already have armor effective damage, it kind of felt like overkill because they already do so much damage against armor units. And both of them are blue. I really needed it on a red unit, which would have left me with one trap dagger, but I really used dagger for Gale Force, so I don't know, man, I was conflicted. And I'm not going to give it to Tea Time Ira because she already comes with a perf special, so there aren't that many red calves that I would have given that to that aren't already good at doing Gale Force stuff. Self was really clutch with it because of the miracle effect, so that was one of the main reasons that I decided to go that route, because anyone else would have just died in a combat against, unless you're able to pre-charge it, in a combat against Winter Byleth, they would have just died to the follow-up attack. So yeah, mad disappointing. But we keep going.
This means war.
Interestingly enough, Ephraim actually does pretty well with it as well. Pretty well as well, yeah, with the skill. No quarter. It's just whether or not. But he also does really good with Bonfire. I mean, Legendary Camilla just makes like the whole no quarter thing. She kind of just makes it like not even worth the fodder, which is crazy. Like, they release this powerful special, and then they release this unit like right after that, makes the whole special like kind of not as relevant. And that was going to be my whole thing. I was going to put that on special units just so that I can bust through armors, but I don't really need to now. I can just run Legendary Camilla, who also puts down all of that chip damage. It's just that sometimes she doesn't necessarily fit too well into teams, but I don't need her to fit well, especially if I'm running units that are effective against armored units, because the damage having plus the sabotage that she provides is just fantastic. So you just can't beat it. So I don't know, man. I've already dumped like a bunch of orbs, unfortunately, into the Winter Banner to get to the Forged Spark, trying to get an extra copy of Winter Dimitri, just so I can have one. But now it kind of feels pointless since I've already done the thing with Seliph and I realized that it doesn't work. But I'm already like so close to the Spark, so I was like, alright, I might as well just see this through. So regrets. Sometimes you wish you would just have known these things a little bit earlier, or at least thought them through a little bit more, but hindsight is 2020. And also, that Camilla's fodder, I mean, I was really considering giving it to No Quarter, to some of my melee units, but since Camilla is here, I can just like run that special on, or run Camilla with one of my infantry units, and it works out just as well with godlike reflexes. So yeah, man,
We'll make a
Camilla.
path.
A lot of
Really?
potential and flexibility in terms of use cases. So, yeah,
Undoubtedly.
they should have if they had released Camilla first and then the note porters go after, it probably wouldn't have been, you know, as impactful. I mean, they could have even held off at least for a month before releasing Camilla. I think that probably would have been a little bit more. Give the skill some time to breathe. My God, man. You could have sold a little. Well, whatever. No worries. Whatever, man. But here we are. Really enjoying using this Leonie so far. I really wanted to get Cancel on her. I might update her kit just so that I can fit Cancel onto the kit. At least Cancel 1.
We'll make a path.
I don't know from who though. I'd have to drop someone. I could probably drop the Golvic. She's not 100% needed for someone that provides Cancel 1. But I mean, I do have a lot of colorless units here.
Leave it to us.
Like the wind.
I mean, like literally all of them are colorless. But yeah, that's one thing to consider. I have a couple of nice teams planned to use once things start getting a little bit tougher. But yeah, aside from that, not too much going on in Chaos Season. I don't know if I'll put out the defense replays for this Chaos Season because I kind of threw together the defense last minute. Really not a lot of thought into it. I mean, but if it does well, then maybe I'll put it out. If not, it's Chaos Season. It really doesn't like...
Good morning.
It's just like a playground, I think, for building defenses.
Sure is hot.
It's not a good guide in terms of like what's
Let's
going to
get to
work and
swimming.
what's not going to work because there's too much to counter. Like literally, you have to think through. There's so many possible combinations
I'm top tier.
that it just makes it pointless to build
Sure is
something
hot.
because the opponents can bring. They have 5 options,
Not a
and on that
chance.
on those 5 options, they can bring 5 units, which are 25 in total unit choices. And there's so many permutations from that. It's just, you only have one team that has 6 units. You can't counter everything. So yeah, there's that. We'll see how Chaos Season pans out. I did get a win to start off with, but then I got a loss like right after, so it's clearly not the best.
Let's get to swimming.
But yeah, man, just gotta figure out how to get the last pot here and then close out this match. Is there anything else that I wanted to talk about? I was really like expecting a lot more Edelgards to hit my defense, but very surprised that it was just the 4 or 5, was it? And some of them didn't play too well in last anima season, but luckily, instead of 3 weeks of bonus season for the winter units, it's just 2. So next week we're gonna actually see Severa get her bonus. I thought they had completely forgotten about her, but she's up for bonus next week, which is interesting. Maybe they definitely did that on purpose because there was no reason to hold her off. But we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, man, GG's. See you in the next match.